Hello there. Margaret Lloyd here with Eternal Shift, New Life Ahead. Excuse me. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I know I am. So we're going to talk about seven things creative people do every day to get ahead of the rest of us. Creativity is just connecting things, right? Yeah, I guess, yeah. Putting things together, making things. Absolutely. I love making things. Okay, this is from Mark and Angel Chernoff. Over the past 16 years, through our live events, and coaching practices, we have spoken to hundreds of entrepreneurs, artists, creative types about their daily rituals and routines. And the truth is, we often learn as much from our clients and event attendees as they do from us. They tell us about some incredibly creative ideas and projects, and we'll help them fine-tune the process, getting from where they are to where they want to be. Today, I want to share 7 of the most common and prolific rituals and routines we've seen repeated by the most creative people we've worked with over the years. That keeps them ahead of the pack. It's often said that creativity can't be contained, that creative inspiration and ideas arise suddenly out of nowhere and then fail to show up when we need them most. While that may be true to an extent, when you look at the broader picture, you realize that sustained creativity, having lots of creative ideas over time, doesn't come from a flash of brilliance or a single moment of inspiration. It comes from a constant set of rituals and routines that serve as the bedrock for getting remarkable things done. Leave it. Let go. Mine. Mommy's squirrel. They commit to and engage in meaningful pursuits. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Stop whatever you're doing for a moment and ask yourself, am I afraid of death because I won't be able to do this anymore?" Leave it, Snickers. One of our coaching clients brought that quote to my attention about 10 years ago. Today I have it pinned to the bulletin board in my home office. It stops me from squandering my most precious resource, my time. Creativity is both a lifestyle and a profession, is a daring adventure, and a truly rewarding one. To thoroughly love what you do while being fulfilled financially and emotionally is an aspiration and a challenge. That aspiration can become a reality, but it takes lots of hard work. and dedication and some luck that eventually comes from persistently doing the right things. Which is why you must remind yourself on a daily basis of what's actually meaningful to you and fully commit to the actions that yield progress in that area of your life. Absolutely. And that's one thing that I constantly forget to do. All right. Number 2, they establish healthy baseline rhythms and triggers. Maya Angelou only wrote in small hotel rooms. Jack Kerouac made sure to touch the ground 9 times before sitting down to write. And many of the artistic clients we've worked with over the years have done everything from meditating to singing to running to doing hour-long weight training sessions immediately prior to working on their creative projects. For a moment, take a look at our client Faye's morning routine, which she says was inspired by things she learned from the renowned choreographer Twyla Tharp. Here's what Faye recently told us. I begin every weekday with one small ritual. I wake up at 6 a.m., put on my workout clothes, call an Uber, walk outside my home. Uber driver picks me up, takes me to my gym. I work out for an hour and 15 minutes. Then I take a leisurely 15-minute jog back home. The important part of the ritual is not the training I do at the gym or the jog. What's important is getting in that Uber every morning and getting the day started in the right direction. The rest just falls into place. I get home feeling good and ready to work. Think about your days, how they are structured, what triggers your creative and productive mind. Are you constantly structuring your days with these triggers in mind? Whether it's waking up early, working in a specific location, or hitting the weights first thing in the morning. You need to figure out what gets you into rhythm, your rhythm. When you design a healthy daily routine that's triggered automatically every day, you save lots of mental energy for the creative thinking that comes naturally when you find yourself in your rhythm. Through this personalized routine, you will bring out your most intuitive work. Of course, your routine will change occasionally due to evolving circumstances. The idea is that you make the necessary adjustments and maintain one that works. One that maintains the necessary rhythm to develop and nurture your creative mind and to ultimately get you from where you are to where you want to be. Number 3, they observe mentors and study the work of experts. If you study the lives of enough successful creators, it becomes obvious that most world-class performers in all fields, musicians, entrepreneurs, artists, dancers, etc., had incredible mentors, coaches, role models who made the activity of practice worthwhile and rewarding. If you can speak with a mentor face to face, that's incredible. Do so. But keep in mind that just observing a mentor works wonders too. What are you doing over there, silly girl? She's so funny. She just makes me so happy. Give it here. Leave it. Mommy's. Mine. Drop. Mine. Mine. But keep in mind that just observing a mentor works wonders too. When we observe someone we want to learn from and we have a crystal clear idea of what we want to create for ourselves, it unlocks a tremendous amount of motivation. Human beings are socially inclined, and when we get the idea that we want to join some elite circle up above us, it really motivates us to achieve greatness. Look, they did it. I can do it too. It may sound overly simplistic, but spending time studying people who are great is an essential building block for mastering your craft and cultivating your creativity at the same time. In his best-selling book, Mastery, Robert Greene emphasizes the importance of studying the work of others, using Mozart as an example. Here's an excerpt. Throughout his career, Mozart never asserted any particular opinions about music. Instead, he absorbed the styles he heard around himself and incorporated them into his own musical voice. Late in his career, he encountered for the first time the music of Johann Sebastian Bach, a kind of music very different from his own and in some ways more complex. Most artists would grow defensive and dismissive of something that challenged their own principles. Instead, Mozart opened his mind up to new possibilities. Studying Bach's style for nearly a year, absorbing it into his own vocabulary, this gave Mozart newest music a fresh, surprising, creative quality. The bottom line is that studying mentors and other experts can help you diversify your own creative output, cross-pollinate ideas and strategies, and introduce you to new approaches and ways of thinking. Not everything others do will be relevant to you, of course, but it will help refine and develop your style and tailor it to your own unique creative goals. 4, they lean on and trust their own intuition. This has been difficult for me. I used to trust my own intuition, but I'm getting to where I don't so much. So I need to really keep an eye on it. Intuition is very real and something that is never wise to ignore. It comes from deep within your subconscious and is derived from a combination of your previous life experiences and your instinctive snap judgments about the present. If everyone else is telling you yes, but your gut is telling you otherwise, it's usually for a good reason. Just a minute. When faced with difficult decisions, seek out all the information you can find. Become as knowledgeable as you possibly can, and then listen to your God-given instincts. Thank you. Leave it. Good girl. Do you love your squirrel? Creative people know that trusting your intuition is equivalent to trusting your true self. The more you trust your true self, the more control you have over making your biggest goals and wildest dreams come true just the way you envision. Absolutely. Number 5, they schedule plenty of downtime for daydreaming. I really don't enjoy daydreaming. Creative types know that despite what their grade school teachers likely told them, daydreaming is anything but a waste of their time. While structured routines are important for the actual process of creating, our minds need downtime filled with the freedom to ponder and wander. Absolutely. Neuroscientists have found that daydreaming involves the same brain process associated with imagination and creative thinking, according to psychologist Rebecca McMillan, who co-authored an interesting research paper titled Ode to Positive Constructive Daydreaming. Daydreaming can actively aid in the creative incubation of ideas and solutions to complex problems. Absolutely. Perhaps that's why we sometimes get our best ideas while taking a long hot shower or just chilling out sometimes. Would you drop it? Did you drop it? She's over there just smiling away after dropping her toy to the floor. Thank you, baby. Thank you. She just looks so cute. Oh my gosh, I just love her to pieces. She's just so much fun. Such a joy. Number 6, they schedule in new experiences. When they're not daydreaming in their downtime, creative types love to expose themselves to new experiences, sensations, states of the mind. This willingness to stretch themselves is a significant predictor of their creative output because creative growth often begins at the end of a comfort zone. Of course, a big part of this process happens parallel to being in rhythm, working hard to stretch your creative and intellectual muscles. But new little experiences help balance out the consistency of effective routines. They give perspective and force you to think differently. So make an effort to try something new at least once a week. It can be a whole new activity or just small experience, such as talking to someone about something that interests you. Once you get the ball rolling, many of these new experiences will open doors you can't even see right now. And with a strategy of continuous small scheduled steps into new experiences, you're able to sidestep the biggest barrier to creative progress: fear. Fear of not doing it right. And I have a lot of that fear because my ex-husband put that fear in me of telling me that I was worthless. I couldn't do anything right. Well, let's see, for almost 3 years now, I know I haven't been perfect, but I'm still alive. I still have a roof over my head, food for my belly, and clothes on my back. It scared me to death when he was arrested and taken away, but I've done it. I've survived, and I will continue to survive without him. They gradually turn life's obstacles around. Absolutely. Many of the most iconic novels, songs, inventions of all time were inspired by significant life changes. Therefore, the silver lining of these challenges is that they were the catalyst to the creation of some pretty epic masterpieces. In fact, an emerging field of psychology called post-traumatic growth has suggested that many people are able to use their hardships and limitations for sustainable creative and intellectual development. Mine's getting better, but I still got a ways to go. Specifically, researchers have found that hard times can actually help people grow their long-term contentment, emotional strength, and resourcefulness. The bottom line is that life's problems and obstacles often force us to be creative with solutions. When our view of the world as a safe place, or as a certain type of place, has been shattered, we are forced to reboot our perspective on things. We have the opportunity to gradually look out to the periphery and see things with a new, fresh set of beginner eyes, which can be extremely beneficial to creativity and personal growth in the long run. Let's keep moving forward creatively. Walt Disney once said, "Around here we don't look backwards very long." Me neither. We keep moving forward, opening up new doors and doing new things because we're curious. What'd you do with it? There it is. Bring it here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you, Snickers. I love you, Snickers. We keep moving forward, opening up new doors, doing new things because we're curious. And curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. That's one of my favorite quotes. It inspires me to write and create and to move on to my next piece of work, even when I catch myself judging my last piece of work as not good enough. For a decade and a half, Angel and Mark have been publishing new articles every week on Mark and Angel Hack Life. Sometimes the ideas and words come easier than others, and there have been plenty of times when I felt like my work was subpar. I thought this was a great article. Why aren't people reading and sharing it? Or I'll feel like I fumbled through an article only to watch it receive 25,000 shares on social media. Regardless of which outcome I'm dealing with, I've come to realize one thing. As human beings, we are often terrible judges of our own creative work. We are just too self-critical to see the truth most of the time. And not only that, it's not our job to judge our own work. It's not our job to compare it to everyone else's work or how we thought others would perceive it. There's usually no point in doing that. Instead, it's our job to create, our job to share what we have right now in this moment, our job to come as we are and give it our best shot. There are people in nearly every career held who make each day a work of art simply by the way they have mastered their craft, mastered what they do. In other words, almost everyone is an artist in some way. Every artist will have the tendency to judge their own work. The important thing is to not let your self-judgment keep you from doing your thing and sharing your creative gifts with the world. Just like Walt said, the key is to keep moving forward. Absolutely. Now it's your turn. It's your turn to exercise your creative genius today. But before you go, please leave me comment, likes, shares, thanks, super thanks. Your feedback is always important to me. It always helps me to do a better job on my next article, my next post. So don't leave me hanging. Be sure to comment, like, share, subscribe, super thanks. They're all appreciated. Remember, peace, be at peace with yourself, please. I know there's people out there that want to ruin your peace. But be at peace with yourself and love yourself. I love you. Know that. Keep that up here. Keep it in your heart. Know that I love you. Take care. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.